that we have, that democracy varies between the presidential system and parliamentary system, okay? And you also know that the voting takes changes. In some systems, we have plurality voting, especially in our presidential system, okay? And in some, we have what we call proportional representation. And plurality voting, we say, is a winner-take-all system in which the candidate with the most votes wins the office being contested, okay? Now, when you have your city elections here, it seems to me that you has a winner take all, but the winner has to have a certain percentage in order to take off. You just can't have all 30, 30, 30. You have to beat your opponent by like 10 or 15 points or something of that nature. Okay? Now, and when you don't, then they throw it back into the hopper and have a new election for that office. Right? Okay? Now, we also said that in the United States, plurality voting has been a major factor in the emergence of a system dominated by two parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Okay? We note that debate organizers typically exclude third-party candidates, and news organizations rarely cover their campaigns, helping to ensure that small parties remain on the fringes of political life. Okay? Now, please bear in mind that the major parties do in fact look at what the smaller parties say. Okay? As I indicated before, this talk about the deficit was brought up by a third party 12 years ago. Okay? Because it seems to me that when Ross Perot was running as a third-party candidate, what he said was the major problem of our day is the United States deficit spending. Okay? They ignored him, got their messages through, got in the office, and now what have they done? They've gone back and adopted that platform of that third party. And has now made that the focal point of all the arguments. Okay? Now I want to say something, okay? And I want to have a discussion so we can start thinking about this. We have to, as they put it, we have to balance a budget. What are they talking about trying to do to balance the budget? How are we going to balance the budget? More taxes is one way of balancing the budget, because you get more taxes, you can pay off some of the deficit, because part of this is to get rid of the deficit so that we can use our money the way we need to, because we're paying too much money on interest and on loans and things, right? So this is what you do even in your house. When you see that you're running, you run up all your credit card debt, what you try to do is reduce the credit card debt so you will have more money available for other things. And so even if you go so far as trying to consolidate all your debts so that you have a lower payment, at least you're paying off your debts. That's what the government's talking about. And how are we going to, in addition to raising taxes, what are they saying we should do? Cut programs, okay? And what will cutting programs? Now, let me ask questions, okay? Because we need to start saying, just because we say something doesn't mean it's true. Okay? What programs are they talking about cutting? Welfare, okay. What else? Obamacare, okay. And what else? And healthcare, okay? Get all those, and seniors programs. They want to soccer for people like me. You know, okay? So we want to say, if you're going to get Medicare, you should be older when you get it. If you're going to retire, you should be older when you retire. Okay? Now, let's talk about something like Medicare. Now, if you look at the senior population, the people probably between 65 and 69 are probably the healthiest people they start to hit 70, so they see you start getting sick. You agree? So this is the healthy group. So what they want to do is bring this group and push them back up here. Okay? So you don't get Medicare at 65, 66. You get it when you get to be like 67. Okay? Now, if this group is no longer in this group of the seniors, notice that this group keeps the cost down for all of these people. Healthy people keep the cost of medical care down for the people because they pay into that. Can you follow that? They pay into that. So as a consequence, the people up here who are using these services, some of these services are being paid for by this group of people who are healthy. Okay? So, now, once you cut this off, and they're no longer paying into it, what happens here? Their price is going to go up, right? It's going to go up. Their costs are going to go up because this group is not offsetting the cost here. You with me so far? Now, where's this group of people going? They're going back here to the general market. Right? Now, this group is not as healthy as this group is. Okay? So now, all of a sudden, their burdens, even though they're not great, are now pushed into this pocket here. So that means that this group of people are now going to be paying a little bit more for health insurance than they would have paid if this group of people were not in it. You follow me? Okay. Now, so what have we done? What we have done is move the cost from the government over to the private sector. That's all that's happened. You with me? So when you see this kind of thing operating, you don't just jump on it and say, well, yes, it will save the federal government money, but it's going to push that cost off from the federal government probably onto the states and onto the private people. Yes.
Where do the younger and disabled people fall into that?
The younger and disabled people are going to be they're in this group already anyway. They're like the social security, the disabled people, things of that nature. Okay? Because that's what the social security is designed to do. Now, there's something else in mind. That if they say people can't retire until they're 67, now I don't know what that's going to accomplish because it seems to me that if you're 55 and you lose your job, the chances are you're not going to get another. Okay? So now all of a sudden they tell you can't get any money until you're 67. Okay? You can't get any money until you're 67, so I don't know what they're doing. But that's the politics of the game. And the politics is the aim is just to reduce the federal deficit. It might accomplish that. I don't know what it's going to accomplish for the general population. You see that? But they make you think that it's a boon to you. And that's what you have to start trying to see when you look at when you hear things. At the beginning of the term, when we talked about things like sociological perspective, this is the kind of thing we're talking about. Okay? You see this in everything. You've got to start expanding your thinking and not just listening to what's being said. Okay? Now, because we give it to you in a certain way, but we expect you to at least try to think it through. Now, does anybody want to say anything? I'm sorry, now, we pointed out that the Tea Party is not a political party and is not a social movement. From what we could gather, okay, it was supported by Republican Party funders, including some major corporations. and is loosely organized collection of activists. Remember we said that political action can be a structure of two sides of the same coin. So now we have the political activists doing things, okay? And the issue was that about 80% of those activists are conservative activists, okay? Now, what happens is that in that case, with the Tea Party, what they managed to do is use the structure of politics to keep people quiet. Okay? And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay? Now, note also that the Tea Party drowned out a lot of voices. Okay? Because what they did, they managed to get the very conservative people elected to the Congress, and they were a majority of a minority group of people. But they controlled the Congress, and that minority group of people managed to stop or put an impasse on a lot of legislation. Because they just said, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not voting for it. We're not going to raise taxes. We're not doing it. That's what they do. Okay? Minorities have a lot of power when they exercise it to their advantage. Okay? And note also that you would never think that the Tea Party, there's no Republican or Democratic label on it. And you don't know where all the funding is coming from. So it looks like it's the grassroots people doing the work. It looks like it's the grassroots people doing all this work when it's really maybe controlled by the people with the money. Okay? Now, I don't know if it's true, but these are things that you have to put into your hopper when you hear people talking. You always want to find out who's funding. Okay? Our CIA does this. We talk about the CIA. That's what their job is. We go to another country and we foment revolutions. And you think it's the people in the country doing the revolution or having a revolution. It is not. It's our CIA over there changing the form of government for our benefit. You want to say something?
Yeah, I'm not really good on the whole politics.
They don't have to be.
So what are the grassroots people?
You are grassroots. So next thing I know is you over there talking about how the government should be doing this and we don't want this person in office and blah, 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 blah. So all the grassroots people are the people like us. And then the other people like us look at you. Like I look at you and say, oh yes, she must have a point. Not realizing that really you're the spokesperson for something. Grassroots people is things like I'm a movie star, and I drink Pepsi. Okay? Now, do you think I have an interest in Pepsi? Why am I saying I drink Pepsi? Because you think, oh, so-and-so drinks Pepsi, it must be good. Because somebody paid me to tell you I drink Pepsi. Okay? I might detest Pepsi. You with me so far? Okay? At the end of the football game, the first thing I'm going to say is I want to go to Disneyland. Do you really think that's the major thing on my mind, to go to Disney World or something? With all the money that I have, and I'm looking forward, I can't think of anything better than I just won the championship, I won the Super Bowl, and I want to go to Disney World. Okay? When I could go to Disney World 15 times a week if I felt like it. Okay? That's the point. That's what grassroots are. Okay? So it could be anybody, but you never know that there's somebody back there saying this is what to do. Okay?
So basically that's all of our commercials.
Yeah, all of our commercials are like that. All of them. Okay? But some of them, they're very, you have to understand that you look at NASCAR, and at the end of every NASCAR show, somebody's drinking the first thing they do, they'll hand you a bottle of Coke, okay? That's number one. At one time, they were drinking milk, so at the end of every race, if I won the race, I have a bottle of milk. Now, do you really think any adult looks forward to drinking milk on TV after they just won a race? And then show up with a mustache? Okay? And all of your commercials like that, because we understand we are consumer. When we say we're a consumer society, that's what we do. Our idea is to socialize you into taking in the property. Okay? Black Friday is black because we say it should be black. Okay? And we convince you that it's the best day in the world, and if you don't get out there and spend your money, there's something wrong with you. Not with me. But there's something wrong with you because you don't go out and spend your money knowing we're going to get all these deals. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And that's for the economy to get a raise or something like that, like for them to get out of like the state that they're in. They use certain times of the month.
I have mixed feelings about that, okay? And I'll just tell you my mixed feelings, and so you take it with a grain of salt. To me, the wealthy have never done anything for anybody except themselves.
Good.
And let me finish. Now, that doesn't mean that in the process you don't get help. But the profit, look, I'm not here to give you a job. I'm here to make money. And if you happen to get a job in the process, that's fine. That's all the better for you. But my goal is to make money. Okay? As a consequence, if I start talking about outsourcing, I'm going to find 15 reasons to convince you why outsourcing is important for us and for you, okay? Even though you lose your job, but I'm going to convince you that it's important that we do the outsourcing. Okay? Now, that's the game. It has always been the game. When we had slavery, slavery was not about, slavery was not a moral issue. We go say this again. The presence and absence of slaves in this country was not a moral issue, which is what we want to think it was. It was a political and economic issue. The morals go out on the side, but the politics and the economics were the issue here. Not whether it was right or wrong to put people in slavery. That was never the issue here. That's what we think it was, and that's why we keep fighting with, well, you folks had this moral issue and you didn't deal with it. They didn't deal with the morals of it. They dealt with the economics and the politics of slavery. You with me? Most of our things are like that. I want to say something.
I was just like going to comment like on it. From my understanding, the only reason why they enslaved black people was just because they were easier to spot.
Well, it wasn't just that they're easier to spot. It's just that he's taken into account. Now, remember I told you all politics, everything is sociology. Okay? And from my standpoint, it wasn't a question that they were easier to spot necessarily. It was really a question of they could subjugate. Remember, we not only just had the black people were slaves, we had indentured servants that came over, right? We had people from Ireland who came over enslaved. People from Italy came over enslaved. But they could buy themselves out of